Welcome to Lesson 3 in Unit 22, Using Our Resources Wisely. In this lesson, students will work to answer the question, how is water distributed throughout Earth's systems? In this lesson, students investigate the distribution of water on Earth. Students figure out that most of Earth's available water is salt water located in oceans. Most fresh water is in glaciers or underground, while only a tiny fraction is located on Earth's surface as liquid water and in the atmosphere, biosphere, and geosphere. Students make connections to the storyline by updating their community model to include ways the water cycle interacts with different Earth systems. There are several opportunities for ELA and math cross-curricular connections throughout the lesson. You can look for specific standard connections in the Unit 22 Teacher Guide. This lesson will take approximately 4 to 5 days to complete. To begin the Engage portion, you'll tell students that they have been learning about Earth systems and how they interact. You'll ask if anyone can remind you what the 4 systems are: the biosphere, atmosphere, geosphere, and hydrosphere. You'll ask students about the different types of water on Earth and why they think water is an important resource. You'll display an image of the globe and ask students what they observe and what questions they have. You'll then revisit the driving question board to add any new questions and highlight others connected to the learning goals of this lesson by calling attention to questions about water on Earth and how water interacts with Earth's systems. For the Explore portion, you'll set up the Water Distribution on Earth demonstration. Be sure to see the teacher tutorial for detailed materials and procedure instructions. As you begin the investigation, you'll post and discuss the volume vocabulary card. For the Explain portion, you'll bring the class together and lead a discussion about students' observations from the demonstration. You'll use the provided questions to guide your discussion around the question, how is water distributed throughout Earth's systems? The goal of this class discussion is to connect the graduated cylinder model to the amount of freshwater and saltwater on Earth. You'll use the discussion to create the Lesson 3 summary chart. By the end of the discussion, students should understand that the water we can use is called freshwater. Most of the water on Earth is saltwater. Most of the freshwater on Earth is frozen. You'll include the saltwater versus freshwater class graph and the freshwater graph that you create in student journals. You can also post and discuss the freshwater and saltwater vocabulary cards. Students will use the freshwater versus saltwater pie chart and the amount and location of freshwater graph to make a bar graph of the data on the percent of freshwater on Earth student journal page. You can also post the reservoir vocabulary card. For the Elaborate portion, you'll refer to the Global Water Facts student journal page. You'll talk with students about how the graph shows how water is connected to Earth's systems. In groups, students will use the water cycle diagram to complete the water cycle student journal page. For the Evaluate, you'll remind students of the model they've been working on. You'll ask how they might update their models to emphasize the importance of water as a resource and its interactions with Earth's systems. You'll develop a Gotta Have It checklist with students to define what new things they need to add to their model. You'll have students update their model in the Community Model student journal page. To support student sense-making across the unit, you'll orient them back to the driving question board. You'll ask, what did we learn about how our community is part of Earth's systems? If there are questions that have been answered, you'll remove them from the driving question board and place them on the summary charts. You'll also have students complete the Section 1 post-assessment. By the end of this lesson, students will have analyzed and graphed data to explain the distribution of the salt and freshwater on Earth in terms of volume, and used a model to describe how the water moves through Earth's systems as part of the water cycle. In the next section, students explore how our use of Earth's resources affect Earth's systems. For the optional Extend, you'll show students a video of how large farms use water. You'll ask students what they observe about water usage on farms and how much water they think it takes to water all of the plants they saw in the video. You'll discuss aquifers with students and the role they play in farmers' use of water. For more information about this unit, visit myscipartners.com.